Hi, and here we are back at Nora's Dog Training Company with Ellie. And Ellie has done a great job in spite of the fact that she was really an infant when she got to us. She is also sitting at Fred's left. Fred is using exactly the same training equipment, the 6-foot web training leash, held in, neatly folded in his right hand, leaving the left hand free to give the little corrections of a little tug and let go. You can keep your eye on Fred's left arm if he gives a correction. And the same training collar, which you'll be taught how to use when you pick them up. The first exercise that we're going to demonstrate with Ellie is the heel. And again, heeling is proper walking on a leash, and incorporated into the heel exercise is an automatic sit. So each time that you stop your feet, she should sit automatically without being told and wait for her next command. If she doesn't do it, you would say no, sit, and give a little tug on her training collar. But she's doing it perfectly. The next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the stay.
No.
She did exactly what Diesel did. She's anticipating the next command instead of listening. This is your sit-stay when you're practicing at home, in your living room. If it's cold outside, 1 minute, working up to 3 minutes. Developing attention span and focus and maturity. When Fred returns back to her, she should remain seated until he gets all the way back around her for an additional distraction. Back to her shoulders, Fred gives her a little pat for praise, and they take off heeling again. Heeling is a very, very important exercise. If your dog doesn't walk properly on a leash, they're not going to be able to do much else. The next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the recall, or the come on command. Fred's going to use her name and call her right in front. She's going to come in just like Diesel did and sit facing your knees. And then she returns all the way back around to heel position, back seated and ready for her next command. And Fred leaves her in another sit-stay. Then he's going to call her in. She comes in very nicely. If she doesn't sit, he would tell her no sit, but she did. All the way back around to heel, back sitting. And again, remember, before you start any command or stop any command, you have to tell the dog what you're going to do next. They don't read minds. Sometimes we don't tell them what the next command is. Remember, if they're back at heel position, each time that you start doing something else, you have to tell them what you're going to do. The next exercise that we're going to demonstrate is the down from a heel. Flat of your palm, straight down toward the ground, the one-word command to down. The long down stay when you're practicing at home is 3 minutes, working up to 5 minutes. And all of these commands should be a part of your everyday routine with your dog. We all have a habit of talking to them in sentences, but commands work a lot better. When Fred returns back to her, he will walk all the way around her, as he did on the sit-stay, returning all the way back around to heel position. He heels her out of that exercise. Gives her the down command again. She's looking up at him. That kind of attention you can't buy. A dog either has that or they don't, where they're really focused on the trainer and what they're going to be asked to do next, and she does that very well. Now Fred can call her out of that exercise if he would like, just to mix things up, keep her paying attention. And then she goes all the way back around to heel, back sitting. Very good. And now Fred's going to have her heel again, and we're going to demonstrate her down from a distance.
Stay.
He leaves her in a sit-stay, walks out to the end of his training leash, and then he's going to drop her into a down from 6 feet away.
No. Down.
Now, you saw what happened when she got up. The first words that Fred said were no. And that's what you always say first when your dog is not doing what you're asking them to do. You say no and you repeat the command, and she did it perfectly. She's so cute.
Yeah.
Now we've demonstrated for you Ellie's heel, her sit, her stay, her down from a distance, her come, and her finish. You'll be getting your follow-up training. You're going to be able to go through all of these things with your dogs. They've done a great job. We've enjoyed watching them grow while they've been here. You're going to be surprised at how big they've gotten. Thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.